glad y'all tuned in. We about to get this show started. Yeah. Dr. Clyde Winters and Yoshi. In and now. We talking about back in the day and right now. Yeah.
Now let's introduce Yoshima the Genius and Dr. Clyde Winters, the godfather of research.
Yoshi!
What's up?
Yoshi, what up, dude?
Clyde Winters in the house. What's happening, brother?
Hey, another day, another whatever. You know, this things been hot out here in the streets, man. People all upset over these African leaders.
Oh yeah.
They're upset over the fact that they still butthurt that we didn't go out and vote.
Oh yeah.
They told us that we needed to vote, and we said fuck you. And
that showed our power. Yeah, we flexed. Okay. Yeah. We normally don't flex, but we flexed that time. Keep going. Yeah.
Yeah. That's some scary stuff, man, because see, in this man's world, you know, we're an asset. In other words, people always think that we're about them making money off of us.
Mm-hmm.
We're not supposed to make money off them. They're supposed to make money off us. Everybody. Yes, sir.
Take from us ideas, whatever we put out there. And it's shown before slavery, it showed during slavery, it showed after slavery, it's showing in our face bluntly. One of the ones I seen was Andiko. She's a musician on TikTok, and she have a song. It's y'all probably heard it. It's love is one of the greatest. I'm the greatest, living the greatest, and living the day. Yeah, she be going hard. All right, that's a melody, but they stole that and had some transgender person singing it on stage overseas. A white dude. So it went from black woman to a whole white dude. So they cool with doing that kind of stuff. It happens. They still take, they bluntly take in front of our face 24/7. But like how you said, these three African leaders, Dr. Clyde, I don't know, man. They did something a little different that we haven't seen in a good while.
Why do you think they did something different? That you want to show the video now, or you want to wait?
Yeah, let's show it.
Okay.
Y'all check this out. This is what they did different, in case y'all haven't heard.
One of Africa's poorest nations just paid off a whopping $4.79 billion in debt without a dime from the West. Sounds impossible, right? It's Burkina Faso flipping the script and saying, "We don't need you, West." This little-known country is showing the world how to break free from the chains of Western financial aid. So, here's the real question. Why are we still worshiping the idea that Africa can't stand on its own 2 feet? The West says Africa is dependent, too dependent. But Burkina Faso is proving them all wrong. They just paid their national debt without relying on anyone else. Imagine that. A country that's often written off as one of the poorest in Africa, taking control of its financial future and doing it all on its own. But how? Let's find out. In 2024, when Dr. Apollinaire Kiyame Tambela, Prime Minister of Burkina Faso, announced the repayment of $4.79 billion in domestic debt, the world stood still. No IMF bailout, no World Bank loans, no handouts from Western nations. It was an act of financial defiance, a bold declaration that Burkina Faso was no longer playing by the rules of the international financial system. They didn't fall for the narrative that Africa's poorest nations are doomed to rely on foreign aid and loans. Instead, they turned to their people and markets. In a region often defined by its dependence on Western financial support, Burkina Faso rewrote the script. But how did this small, landlocked country, often written off as a financial basket case, manage to pull off such a monumental feat? How did Burkina Faso pay off nearly $5 billion in debt, all while navigating a volatile political and security landscape? The answer lies in a series of calculated strategic moves that turned domestic debt into an economic lifeline. The first key strategy that allowed Burkina Faso to pay off its debt was a complete shift in the way it approached financing. Instead of relying on foreign loans or aid from Western institutions, Burkina Faso turned inward. The government issued bonds to local investors, businesses, banks, and individuals within the country who had been growing increasingly confident in the country's leadership and economic prospects. At first glance, it might seem counterintuitive for a country facing economic challenges, including security threats from insurgent groups, to encourage domestic borrowing. But Burkina Faso's leadership recognized that a growing sense of national pride and unity, combined with an evolving financial infrastructure, created the perfect storm for tapping into local markets. By issuing government bonds on the local market, Burkina Faso created a channel through which domestic investors could directly fund the country's debt repayment. This strategy was rooted in trust. Burkina Faso's leadership cultivated a sense of confidence in their ability to manage the country's financial future. As the government promoted fiscal discipline and a commitment to infrastructure development, local investors were more willing to lend to their nation. Burkina Faso was no longer dependent on foreign markets or international banks, but instead relied on the financial strength of its people. This move helped shift the national mindset, from a reliance on foreign aid to a belief in homegrown solutions. The results were staggering. Investor confidence soared, and Burkina Faso managed to tap into an untapped domestic resource, local capital. By focusing on this strategy, Burkina Faso showed that local debt can be a powerful tool for self-sufficiency. What if we told
You know, a lot of that is that's just simple. That's just simple economics, man. It's basic economics. That's what America does. America sells bonds, and that's what all countries do to finance their infrastructure. For example, as a teacher, you know, the Chicago public schools, they sell bonds. But see, but the only thing is that no African leaders ever decided that they should really respect their own people, man.
There you go.
That's dangerous.
That's it.
That's
Yes.
dangerous.
They never decided to respect their own people. And why do you say that's dangerous?
Well, because see, it's dangerous because the fact is this is that we're seen as an asset. As I said earlier, we're seen as an asset. White people see us as an asset. And because we're that person who I said, even over here, you know, they feel in the sense that we shouldn't be allowed to finance our own freedom or finance our own independent anything. You know, for example, you know, just like you know, whenever they had a record company, you know, like remember when well you were kind of young, but back when they started hip hop, you know, people was Jay-Z and them, they were selling shit out of the back of their cars. They were selling their own tapes. Yeah. You probably even sold a few tapes when you got a little older. They were selling their own tapes. They was promoting their own thing, and they was making money. They wasn't making millions of dollars because they didn't have a distribution.
But it was tax-free money.
It was tax-free money, and it was money in the sense that they could use. But what happened is that as soon as those people saw that they could make money off of it, they bought in, and then if you didn't go along, they killed your ass. I'm gonna always believe that it wasn't gangbangers. It was the musical industry that had Tupac and Biggie killed. You know, because the thing is, this is that they didn't want them to be independent.
No,
you know, if you notice, every time a brother gets his own catalog, every time a brother in a sense try to start their own individual distribution and their own production of their own music, they get killed. They get off.
Sam Cooke. It happened to Sam Cooke. They got him, and then it was the mafia that was a part of that, and they set him up and put a black lady on him and said he was with a prostitute in a low down dirty hotel. And people who know Sam Cooke, brother had class, so he wouldn't get no ass in no dirty hotel. Brother had class. He gonna get some sexy tail in a nice class hotel. You dig what I'm saying? So,
I heard that.
we knew that was phony. What's up, Karen? What's up? What's up? So we knew that was phony when we first heard that. But let's get back into this, Dr. Clyde. Let's see what they're talking about. I want to know what all this is about, because Africa right now has a bunch of pride going on, because it always take FBA. Like, we always doing it over here, and we'll uplift your self-esteem. You feel like your color ain't worth it because everybody's saying the darker the berry is nasty, and we over here saying no, it's the sweeter the juice, the darker the flesh, the deeper the roots. We giving it to you in a poetic form. We've been doing it. Rock it afro, rock it natural, feel good about yourself. And we understand in other countries, y'all don't have that privilege to see others like yourself saying black is beautiful, black is bold, black is gold, you know?
And even though they could do that, a lot of our so-called African leaders, because of their jealousy and their envy, because the fact is that, we're a humble people. But even though we're a humble people, people play us up and people promote us, and we do have swag. We do have swag. And
yes, we do.
And because of the fact that even though we're humble people, because the fact in a sense is that they want to try to outsmart us when they outsmart themselves. I mean, instead of getting the brother, see, this is the whole point. What I love about those people, and what I mean by those people, they try to find somebody that belong to their tribe, and because they try to find somebody that belong to their tribe, if it ain't nobody in a position that could help them, they'll make a position. They'll train another member of their tribe. You know what I'm talking about. They'll train another member of their tribe to be part of their business. But see, we don't have the respect of each other to say, okay, I know a brother named Yoshimad. Yoshimad he's good with the visual arts and all that type of shit. Let's get his brother a couple $100,000 and let him do our video, let him do our promotion. No, they're gonna find some Jews. I'm sorry. And they're gonna find one of those other people and let them do the job and let them make the money instead of trying to keep the money distributed among our own,
And a lot of time with the Africans, it goes to the Chinese. So instead of them working with their own kind, they will let the Chinaman come in and take over their resources and handicap them. But I think enough is enough. I think a lot of us is saying, nah, we done with it. And I think the world is responding. What's up, E? Yeah, I think the world is responding. I think the world is saying enough is enough. And I think some leaders is standing up. And let's see what they got to say, Dr. Clyde.
Go ahead.
Bet.
Le capitaine Ibrahim Traoré est là pour une vérification.
There's fire on the mountain. Ibrahim Traoré and the leader of Chad have decided to go hard on Emmanuel Macron. Emmanuel Macron made a comment about Africans, saying that Africans are not grateful, especially Africans who are rejecting these foreign military bases in their country. So some leaders have decided not to let that conversation go scot-free. So a reply came from Chad, Niger, Senegal, and Ibrahim Traoré. He joined the conversation in a very hard way. According to Chad president, he said he doesn't understand. He cannot understand what Macron is saying. Because if you look at the map of Europe and Africa, when you look at the two maps together, you can clearly see that Macron is in the wrong area. It's funny, right? Simply means that Macron, this is not your land, you understand? Now, Ibrahim Traoré came in the picture and then he decided to take it very hard. He said, according to his speech, he spoke in French, so let me just interpret it literally. He said, when I think about Emmanuel Macron's comment, I think the comment offer African leaders a wake-up call to fight imperialism. However, he insulted Africans by calling us ungrateful, even claiming that ingratitude is a disease not transmissible to humans, meaning that He recognized himself as human and we are not. Now he went on to say, perhaps he is the one who lacks humanity. If Macron pray every morning to God, I think he should also pray to Africans, because it is thanks to our ancestors that France exists today. To him, we are not humans, but we are more than humans. But the ultimate goal is that Macron's comment is going to benefit Africa by waking up the African leaders who are still slumbering. Guys, this is solid. I love the fact that a time has come when African leaders can speak back to the oppressor, tell them through to the face. Respect.
Yeah, but the thing is this: is that those leaders, what it is that those leaders, in a sense, they it's all well, it's all good, but see, it's a problem, and they're not going to be successful. And I'm going to tell you why they're not going to be successful. They're not going to be successful because they're going to try to find a white ally or a Chinese ally, and because they're going to try to find that ally, they're going to be dependent on somebody that's not black to build them up. Whereas they should try to find a brother like Yoshimad, maybe me, if somebody who understand the world, understand business, and they could protect what they're building. But see, they can't protect what they're building because the fact is that they still trying to show some backbone, but they still don't understand. You got to work with your own, man. It goes down to what John Henry Clark said about foundational Black Americans. He said, "You have no allies, you have no friends," and these people, they still think that their former colonial master is going to help them. They're not going to help you. They're going to invite you somewhere and have your ass killed. Remember, just like like the Haiti Revolution.
Yes.
They invited the leader of Haiti, and then they killed his ass at the fucking meeting. Yeah. And so with these brothers, in a sense, because the fact is that so many people in their heart, they want to be French. If they were a part of the West Africa, they want to be French.
I believe it.
In their heart of hearts, they suffer from caves too. What is
big time?
Culturally acquired immune identity deficiency syndrome. And what it is that these people do not see themselves as Africans. Toure sees themselves as Africans, but I think, haven't they said that they tried to kill him 3 times already? So they tried to kill him 3 times, and then see, because the thing is, this is that it is a fear. Many Uncle Toms, man, many coconuts. A coconut is a brother that's black on the outside and white inside.
White on the inside.
Yes, sir.
Oreo.
Many coconuts cannot see that. That's one of the reasons why so many people are scared of Yoshimar the genius. They're scared of this brother because they don't understand how this brother don't have a PhD in the movie sciences, right, from UCLA, and yet he's producing all this great content, and it is scary. But see, that's because the fact, in a sense, is that we have over 1 million years of knowledge.
Yeah, we
have over 1 million years of knowledge.
In our DNA.
That's right. What is Socrates said? You know what you know, but you don't know. You know, but you know. In other words, because of the fact that Yoshimad and our other great geniuses can draw on those 200,000 or 300,000 years of knowledge, they can produce this type of shit.
I want to show y'all something else real quick, Dr. Clyde.
Okay.
About what China is doing, and this is the reason why you said that. I'm happy you said that they're gonna look for someone other than us to help them out. They're gonna reach out and look for another pale skin following supremacists. So this is what China's been doing in Africa. So maybe I'm gonna show you who them 3 are after this video. The 3 African countries who got together, and then I'm gonna show you this first with China. This is what China doing right now. Y'all check it out.
Billion-dollar investment into Africa, and the West is getting nervous. During a recent summit in Beijing, Chinese President Xi Jinping made some big promises, including creating at least 1 million jobs in Africa, But why is this stirring up so much anxiety in the Western countries? Well, it's not just about money. Many in the West see this as part of China's larger game plan to challenge the global dominance of the US and its allies, and Africa is a key part of this strategy. For example, between 2006 and 2021, China poured a staggering $191 billion into African nations, making it the continent's biggest trading partner. The fear is that China is trying to shift Africa's reliance away from the West and onto itself, which would weaken Western influence in the region. At the same time, China gains access to Africa's rich resources, minerals, fuels, and metals that are crucial for its growing economy. Some experts think that this is part of China's long-term goal to eventually surpass the US as the world's leading superpower, but there are other ways to look at it. Some argue that China might simply be trying to jumpstart its own slowing economy, which is dealing with major challenges like an aging population. And others believe that this partnership is more of a win-win deal between countries in the global south who feel left out by a global system that mainly benefits the West. Whatever the true motive, the growing China-Africa relationship is a big deal, and the rest of the world is definitely paying attention. China just announced a massive $51 billion investment into Africa, and the West is getting nervous. During a recent summit in Beijing,
They really, you know, China is okay, but see, the thing is this is that
Man.
that the only problem with China is that China is the factory of the world. They're making everything. Yet at the same time they're the factory of the world, they still in a sense need foreign exchange, and they still need to trade with Africa. The problem with brothers in Africa is that black people in Africa don't understand is that you got to unify along racial terms. You see, instead of them, okay, where are the black supermen? The black supermen are not in London. The black supermen are in Chicago, Washington, D.C., Houston, Texas. These are places where you can find people who would probably be loyal to you. I'm not, but they can help you to understand how to use your money and make your money grow. And see, but the problem is that they still have an identity. They still have a cage problem because of the fact they lack a positive black identity. They're going to still feel that even though they got all that money, even though they're taking control of their resources, they're going to still feel that the white man knows best because they still won't recognize the fact that you got a highly skilled population in the United States of black people. And these black people would probably want to work with you to make some money. You know what I'm saying?
I want to share with y'all. My bad, Dr. Clyde. Keep going, brother.
They don't understand in the sense that you go ahead and put it up, and I'll put it up as soon as you can. They don't understand that you gotta be able in a sense to count on people. That's why those people, they always try to put somebody, a member of their tribe, in positions of power so that they can use, so that member of their tribe in a sense can keep them under control, keep them in power and under control. You know, this brother got a blonde wig, so you can tell where he coming from.
All right. So this is good news on that end because I recently made a show and I was talking about this. And what this guy did, Faso, what he did was he banned it. So for many years, in case y'all didn't know, they've been wearing these wigs for a long time, man, since the beginning. I don't know what it was about them wigs, but that's what they was doing, man. They was wearing these wigs, and when he came in, he was like, "Nah, we ain't doing that crap no more." So what they did was they end up banishing all that, and now they got their new attire going on. I want to share that with y'all. That was some good news on their end. They finally banished it, but I want to show y'all who these guys are, these three guys.
Africa's ECOWAS has given Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger a 6-month grace period to reconsider their exits from the regional bloc. ECOWAS officials said on Sunday, December 15th, that the 6 months, which they term a period of transition, will give room for the regional bloc to bring the three member countries back to ECOWAS without prejudice. The grace period will end on July 29, 2025. Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger submitted their separate notices of exit from the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, on January 29, 2024. Though the three countries said their departure was immediate, ECOWAS's laws state that exiting countries must issue a one-year notice before they can officially leave. And the notices of the three Sahel neighbors expire in late January 2025, allowing Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger to officially leave the regional bloc, which initially comprised 15 West.
Okay, so they had a problem with them doing all this in January. Now that they got everything going, this is what they're doing. And one thing they did, they got rid of the hair, as y'all seen earlier, them wigs. And another thing is what they doing is what I seen earlier is they're bringing more money back in, more, I guess, the economy. They're trying to boom it back up. They're giving back to the citizens. And I want to find that video and show it if I can find it. But my question to you, Dr. Clyde, is do you think it's a coincidence that with all of this that's going on with the rise of the FBA movement and everything that's happening with the FBA and how we're standing up, and then we're looking overseas that they're standing up and people are starting to see that the value of FBA? I think that, you know, they didn't understand who we was at first. And then I think we kind of came on too strong what they thought, but we didn't because we are blunt. And I think a lot of them thought that we was attacking them, but in a sense we was more like, no, we have to get rid of the tethers, the people that are in our community acting as us, portraying us on a screen. We need to separate all that. And because our voice, it has to pack that volume, and we have to let people know this is a lineage. We're not talking as a group. We're not talking as a gang. We're not talking as affiliation of partners and stuff getting together. This is our lineage we're talking about. This is our foundation. This is everything we built, and it's different. You know, don't cosplay us. That's what we're saying. Don't imitate us and think it's cool, because when you imitate us, you're not doing it on a good note, on a good foot. You're doing it on what they believe, the white supremacy. So I want to ask you was like, is there a coincidence that by us lifting up, and then you seeing them getting together in Africa, you see Trump over here fighting against freedom of speech, and that's what we're all about. It's like, everything that we're about, you can see it being played out in different areas. And do you think all this is by coincidence, or is this just like something that's going on?
Well, I think it's not coincidence. You had to understand, in a sense, is that that African brothers and sisters, their problem is this: is that on the one hand, they respect us, but on the other hand, they're jealous of us. And because they're jealous of us, then they will look. They're always looking from the outside instead of trying to come and talk to us directly. See, instead of trying to come and talk to a Yoshimot, you know, we want to do a video just like Akon. Akon was talking about he was going to start that African city, you know, that, and he always talking about brothers coming over there to the African city, but he never could start the African city. And the reason he never could start the African city is that, yes, he is an African brother, but he doesn't have that wherewithal. He doesn't have that cultural background. See, we have a culture of creativity. And not only do we have a culture of creativity, we have a culture of boldness. Do you see what I'm saying? Education is good. My wife said this years ago, and I made this my mantra. And I try to get my children, and even when I was teaching school, get my students to understand this. Education is good, but boldness is better. And so then these people, in a sense, like Touré, you know, he's trying to pay off. They taking back the mines from France, and they're going to mine their own minerals. They're trying to make France now You know, they get their uranium from West Africa. Now they're trying to make the French pay for it.
Right. That's it.
The only problem, the only problem is that they don't have a national consciousness. So they don't have a national consciousness. See, that's what made us, in a sense, have a real big struggle for a long time. We had a real big struggle where we had the Negro. We had the Republicans.
Yeah.
We had the Democrats.
The African Americans.
The African Americans, yeah. And see, but then what happened is that when Tariq Nasheed started that moniker, Foundational Black Americans, that was some scary shit. Because at first,
it was.
They had descendants of slaves.
Yes.
It
was African descendants of slavery.
Right.
Yeah. Shout out to Eve. Thank you. Peace.
Yeah. But then when they started saying Foundational Black Americans, that was the most beautiful Pan-Africanness.
Yes.
Because it said foundational blacks.
See, they don't. All right, you got it.
Go ahead. No, you got it.
No, you're right, because you made a point, because it's in our name, but they don't. They're bypassing what foundational Black Americans is. We're giving respect to our ancestors and everything, and showing love to everybody, and they don't get it. I want to play a clip though, man. Let me see.
Go ahead.
I want to play this clip I came across, and I actually know this dude. So I used to hang around with the Nigerians in Houston, right? And I was real cool with them, and chilling with them and stuff. And he got it. I know this guy. His name's Caesar Leo. But he actually got a chance to talk to Nasheed. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of what he say right here, and I'm gonna fast forward the clip. Here we go.
The problem I have a problem with this guy, which I actually have respect for his work. You guys know him, the king of the FBA, Tariq Nasheed.
And he's not the king of the FBA. He messed up right there.
I feel like Tariq Nasheed is in a special position where he can bridge gaps between Black Americans and Africans.
And we've been doing it, and they've been eating off of us. Like, our hands be getting chewed every time we lend our hand. It's not the other way around. It's the Africans, when the Nigerians in Houston are not doing anything for the Black community. I repeat, the Nigerians on Bissonnette and Sanat and Club Creek are not, their whole community with the Fufu chain line and all that has never gave back to the Black community. Y'all look at us stank. Okay, while y'all eating stank fish, y'all look at us stank. And I'm friends with I know this dude. I was friends with him, but listen to what he got to say. Let's keep going.
Right, but instead, I feel like he just chooses to use his platform to cause a division. Anytime he posts something, it's always, oh, look what these Africans are doing. Oh, they think they're better than us. Or they come over here. If you guys love your country so much, why don't you stay there and fix it? Like,
is that something wrong? My bad. Maybe I don't know.
That is true. Why don't they fix it?
I was like, hey, maybe I'm wrong. I mean, god dang. I mean, he's saying it like something was wrong with that. Like, but remember, I hung around with this dude. This dude was around me. I influenced him. He was around me when I was spitting, and he know I rap, I do my thing. He was around, all that stuff, and I heard him spit this, that, and the other. So he knows about our culture and everything. But let's hear him. I can't believe he's saying this though. But I'm gonna show you the next video after this. He had a change of heart. Watch this.
Is that we as Africans and Black Americans, right? We have a lot more things in common than apart. We like a lot of the same things. We marry each other. We appreciate each other's culture. Of course, there's always going to be stereotypes. Oh, African booty scratcher. Oh, akata, this and that. Like, that's normal. That happens in all.
Yeah, they used to always say akata. That's their way of saying I like what they used to say that. You know what that mean, Dr. Clyde? Akata?
It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be in a sense. I forgot what the definition is, but
like
it's
white boy or something. Like it has something to do with that. Like
it's not necessarily white boy. It's a negative.
Yeah, it's a negative.
It's kind of like an outsider.
Yeah,
it's kind of like an outsider or something like that. But the point is, this will continue.
All right.
All cultures, okay? It happens in all cultures. White people, Indians, the Arabs, they do that, okay? So
he said everybody do it, so that's that. So
hey, what's going on? You already know who it is, man. Caesar Leo, Buzz Don Status. I'm at it again. So listen, obviously, as you guys can see in the background, you see that I had the opportunity to have a nice, clear, concise message / conversation with the FBA president, Tariq Nasheed. This was about like 2 days ago on his live. You know, I hopped on and I expressed my point of view as a Nigerian. And I also asked him a few questions. Of course, the main thing I wanted to let him know was how I felt that he has a big platform where he could use that opportunity to bridge gaps instead of destroying the bridge, basically causing a division. You know, I told him about that. We cracked a couple of jokes here and there about what Africans are doing and whatnot. But at the end of the day, the ultimate straightening, we had an understanding, right? He basically said that we as Africans should try and check our people, you know, for the people who have this whole notion that they feel they're better than African Americans. And I also told him that, you know, he also should know that not everybody is the way he thinks or the way he says they are. Not every African is.
Yeah, but why the majority of y'all not speaking up? All right, so if none of them, a lot of them feel that way and like, hey man, we ain't got it's all love, then we're saying, where is it? God dang. So why y'all ain't speaking up on that love stuff for us, but y'all got podcasts that hit numbers talking how bad we are? Why we ain't doing this? Why we wearing weave? What's wrong with us? What's wrong with our music? We ain't got none. Why are we representing America? And it annoys us because we're like, God dang, man, we tired of seeing this, man. And you know, we know there's some good people out there. I mean, Sister Shanice, I mean, real good people. Yeah. But it's like, you know, the majority of it, we see it is like when we in the hood and they come, like on Braeswood. On Braeswood it has a major impact of Africans, West Africans, and they don't chop it up with us. They don't. It ain't nothing. It's a distance. It's like yin and yang. They relate more to Indians than to us. Yeah, it seems weird, but it's like that. I witnessed it. You know.
You know, but just like this brother, Ancient Future said, it is also very suspect as well as ironic that FBA went mainstream after the humiliating defeats of Democrat. No, we've been using FBA for years.
Oh,
you know, we've been using FBA for years, so it didn't start in 2025. That's just when I
when y'all heard it. Yeah. The thing is, FBA is around the corner. Yeah. And y'all got to catch up. Okay. So what y'all have to understand, this is the trendsetters and the ones who make the world go round and make your life fun and make everything easy in life. We are the ones having a conversation. This is us in the chats. This is us doing this. So of course, if you're not a part of this lineage, you ain't going to understand. Of course, if you're against it, you're not going to understand because your mind and frequency haven't bent around the corner, and you're still right here waiting on us to give you the answers that we already talked among ourselves.
Yeah.
Ben did it. Like Dr. Clyde got so many videos where it is 2029. Like you haven't caught up to it yet, and you ain't gonna probably see it until 2029. But that doesn't mean that it's new for the world. It's just the world got to catch up to us. So FBA been out. We've been doing it like Dr. Clyde said. We was African descendants of slavery. We was bringing it. We seen this movement build up to where we're like, all right, we got it. You can't F this one up, because we had to find something to call ourselves to where you can't F it up.
That's right. Like,
can't F up the words.
See, like Dave Young, he brought up the history of it. Is that it began with Dr. Claude Anderson. See, Dr. Claude Anderson, what he did is that he said that we were the Native Americans, you know, and the reason, in the sense that that he said we were the Native Americans, is people forget that by the time they wrote the Constitution of the United States, the Atlantic slave trade had already ended. Ooh. The Atlantic slave trade had already ended in America. That was part of the Constitution. By 1808, the Atlantic slave trade was ended. So then, therefore, there was some chattel slavery. There was chattel slavery in the United States, but these chattel slaves did not come from Africa. These chattel slaves, in a sense, were either Aboriginal Black people or Black Irish that had been sold into slavery. See, they have been sold into slavery. And the thing is, this is that what people don't understand is that the European has always been had this dilemma. And see, a lot of us voluntarily, I repeat, a lot of us voluntarily stop really trying to play up our Aboriginal heritage. You know, because we said, you know, we felt that we could get more by going along, you know. But see, now Black people are saying, yeah,
we ain't getting nothing.
That's right. We didn't get nothing out of it, and we didn't get any respect.
No, all right, no respect, nothing. And look, how many people died, Dr. Clyde, doing this? Like saying, come on, Black people, everybody unite, Africans unite, and we died.
Right.
Doing this. I mean, lives. There was massacres, there was bombings, there's hangings, there's group of people being hanged, there's families being hung for spreading the knowledge, there's giving the knowledge. And on the other end, y'all are just being killed just to be killed. Like y'all ain't even speaking up and dying. Like y'all are just be out there and be like, hey, y'all come over here. Brrr. Yeah, we just killed a whole bunch of Africans. And and it's like, we look at that and say, how do y'all see this and know about this and not stand up? It's scary.
I used to do conferences back in the 90s, you know. And so my wife would be in the audience and I would be on the stage and I'd be talking about African civilizations. And I was talking about how you could take African creations in terms of how we did agriculture, how we managed our businesses, our mercantile stuff. And I used to talk about how we could use that today to invigorate, make Africa strong. And my wife would be talking about people in the audience would be talking about killing me. We've come a long way, Yoshi. We've come a long way.
Yeah.
That today there are people in Africa who are ready to really fight for their own rights, because there were so many Africans back in the day. These are brothers and sisters. They just felt that they needed the white man. They see the white man as a god. They think the white man. They don't know. They don't know history. They don't know that we invented the light bulb.
Right.
They don't know we made it so the telephone worked.
Right.
They don't know that it was Elijah McCoy that made it so that we could have industrialization. And so then these people, they feel that the white man just said, let there be light, and there was a light bulb. Let us communicate. There was a telephone. And so they've been so brainwashed into thinking that the white man is their savior, the white man is their God, the white man is the whole source for their future. But that's why Africa is behind. Because Africa is behind because the European has been smart enough. Yes, he's been smart enough to put black leaders in Africa, even today, put black leaders in Africa who may think they're militant, but because of their failure to use a resource, we're a resource, man. We're a resource.
Yes, we are.
We know how this world operates. We've been able, listen to this. any people that could be the slaves of somebody and then get on top of their asses. Any people who could be the slaves of a people and later many other former slaves live in better houses than their masters. Start businesses better than their masters. If you were smart, wouldn't you go to those people to get help to make your country better? But no, they run into the white man. They still feel that white is right and black get back. And
man.
that's why it seems as though Africans, Burkina Faso and other places are going in the direction of independence, but I don't see them going into the direction of independence. And the reason I don't see them going in the direction of independence is because the fact is that they still don't rely on themselves, and they still don't rely on other black folk and feeling that black folk can build them up. I don't understand one thing, and I'll tell you this, Yoshi. It is very hard for us to really be respectful and supportive of each other. And this is throughout history, man. Throughout history, we've always been welcoming. You know, like how let a white boy start singing like he black. Woo, look at that white boy. Oh,
yep.
Ain't he he's the greatest. Yeah. And then they want to and they want to play them up, man, instead of playing up Yoshimod and his beats and Yoshimod and his creativity. They play up all a white guy got to do, a white girl is just act a little black, sing a little soul music, and then they run the world. And we're looking up to them instead of saying we can do that ourselves.
I want to show y'all a couple of inventors because I want to recognize the inventors in all across the world, black inventors. And I want to play a couple of clips, and y'all just sit back and relax and enjoy it. This is our black inventors. This is what we did. I got a couple of videos I put together off TikTok. Y'all just sit back and check it out. You got it on, Doc?
Yeah.
October 1844 in Louisiana. Anna Matilda Barker, later Mangin, was a woman ahead of her time. With roots in activism and education, she taught freedmen in the South during the Civil War and became a school principal. But her flakiest achievement? The pastry fork. In 1892, Anna patented this multitasking marvel that revolutionized kitchens everywhere. Her ingenious tool wasn't just for pastry dough. It mashed, beat, mixed, and conquered. From pie crusts to potatoes, Anna's fork saved arms from cramping and dough from failure. Her invention even dazzled at the 1893 World's Columbian Exposition. Anna didn't stop there. She ran a catering business, taught children, and championed community causes. Truly, she was a force of innovation and empowerment. Next time you need dough, thank Anna Mangin for making life a little sweeter. Born in October 1844 in Louisiana, Anna Matilda Barker.
Did you know that the mailbox was invented by Philip B. Downing, improving the efficiency of mail delivery? In 1891, Downing, an African-American inventor, designed a secure, convenient way for people to send their letters. His invention included a protective metal box with a hinged door that allowed mail to be safely deposited and protected from the elements. This innovation streamlined the process of sending and receiving mail, making it more reliable and efficient. Philip B. Downing's contribution to the postal system is a testament to his ingenuity and has become an essential part of daily life. His invention paved the way for the modern mailboxes we use today, ensuring secure and efficient mail delivery. Downing's work exemplifies how one idea can create lasting change. His legacy lives on every time we send or receive a letter. Please like, comment, and follow.
Dr. Charles Drew, a visionary pioneer in medicine, dedicated his life to transforming the landscape of blood transfusions. His pivotal moment came during World War II, when the demand for blood transfusions surged. Dr. Drew revolutionized the field of developing a method to separate plasma from blood. This innovation proved to be a game changer, enabling blood to be stored for up to a week. This breakthrough became a lifeline for doctors treating wounded soldiers. The ability to preserve blood for an extended period meant that life-saving transfusions could be administered efficiently, saving countless lives on the battlefield. Dr. Charles Drew's legacy extends far beyond his scientific contributions. His work laid the foundation for modern blood banking and transfusion medicine. His impact continues to resonate, not only in the medical community, but in the lives of individuals who have benefited from his pioneering advancements in healthcare. Dr. Charles Drew,
Roy Clay Sr. is an African-American computer scientist known as the godfather of Silicon Valley. He was born in Kinloch, Missouri in 1929. Growing up during the era of Jim Crow laws, he needed to overcome significant racial barriers to pursue his education and career. He graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Mathematics from St. Louis University in 1951, becoming the first African-American to do so. Clay faced considerable discrimination in his early career, including being turned away from job opportunities due to his race. Despite these obstacles, he became interested in computing and secured a position as a computer programmer at McDonnell Aircraft in 1956. By 1958, he moved to California to work at the Lawrence Livermore National Lab Laboratory, where he wrote software for the U.S. Department of Energy to simulate the spread of radiation after a nuclear explosion. In 1965, David Packard of Hewlett-Packard, HP, recruited Clay to establish the company's computer development business. At HP, Clay led the development of the HP 216A, the company's first computer, and managed the computer division. His contributions were crucial to HP's rise in the tech industry. In 1977, Clay founded Rodell Electronics, a company specializing in electrical safety testing equipment, and served as its CEO. His company became one of the largest employers of African-American professionals in Silicon Valley. Clay also served as the first African-American member of the Palo Alto City Council from 1973 to 1979, and became the first African-American member of the Olympic Club in 1988. Throughout his career, Clay has been an advocate for diversity in technology, establishing programs to help African Americans enter Silicon Valley. He was inducted into the Silicon Valley Engineering Council's Hall of Fame in 2003 for his...
Granville T. Woods, often referred to as the Black Edison, was an extraordinary African American inventor whose genius shaped modern technology. Born on April 23, 1856, in Columbus, Ohio, Woods faced significant racial barriers, but his relentless determination led him to become a pivotal figure in the world of electric.
One thing I noticed, all of them say they face racial barriers. Like, it was always white supremacy tripping. If y'all notice that, that's a link between all of them.
Engineering and inventions. Woods held over 60 patents, many of which revolutionized the railroad industry. His most notable invention was the synchronous multiplex railway telegraph, patented in 1887. This device allowed moving trains to communicate with each other and with stations, dramatically improving railway safety and efficiency. Woods also developed improvements to the telephone, invented the third rail system used in electric-powered transit, and created the first induction telegraph system. Despite his contributions, Woods often had to defend his patents against theft and infringement, most notably from Thomas Edison. After numerous legal battles, Woods emerged victorious, solidifying his rightful place in history. Granville T. Woods' legacy is a testament to innovation and perseverance, reminding us of the profound impact one individual can have on technology and society.
Charles Frederick Page is often recognized as the first African American to patent an airplane, making significant contributions to early aviation. Born in 1834, Page worked as an inventor and engineer, driven by a passion for flight long before the Wright brothers achieved their famous flight in 1903. In 1900, he received U.S. patent number 603-199 for his design of a flying machine that incorporated features such as wings, a propeller, and a control mechanism. Page's vision was not only to create an aircraft, but also to develop an airship, which he believed would be crucial for the advancement of flight. His designs included a rigid frame and mechanisms that would allow for controlled flight, emphasizing the importance of stability and control in aviation. Despite his innovative ideas and patents, Page faced significant barriers due to racial discrimination, which limited his opportunities for funding and support in a field dominated by white inventors. Though Charles Frederick Page's contributions did not lead to immediate recognition or commercial success, his legacy as a pioneer in aviation is essential. He represents the often overlooked history of African-American inventors who laid the groundwork for future advancements in flight. Page's determination and ingenuity serve as an inspiration, reminding us of the diverse individuals who contributed to the development of aviation, even in the face of societal challenges.
Did you know about the brilliant Black inventor who revolutionized sports equipment? Meet John M. Lee, a pioneer in athletic
Not him.
gear design. In the 1920s, he designed the first rubberized sports shoe, enhancing grip and performance for athletes. His invention changed the way sports were played,
There you go.
allowing players to excel like never before.
AI.
And let's not forget about the incredible contributions of
Not him. Why AI keep showing a white guy? But okay.
If you don't tell him it's black, they're gonna make him white.
They gonna make him white. Hey, but this is scrolling through TikTok. That's funny. But look, let's keep going.
Of Dr. George Grant, who patented the first golf tee in 1899.
And they got this guy looking Scottish.
Right.
Oh, good morning to you, man.
Transformed the game, making it accessible and enjoyable for all. These innovators reshaped the world of sports, yet their stories remain untold. Which untold Black history story would you like to hear next?
None from him.
The man who built Black Wall Street from the ground up? O.W. Gurley was born in 1868, the son of formerly enslaved parents. With a vision of creating a thriving community for Black Americans, Gurley moved to Tulsa, Oklahoma in 1906 and purchased 40 acres of land. What made his plan unique? Gurley only sold land to Black people, ensuring they could build businesses and homes in a place free from the restrictions of segregation. This community became Greenwood, known as Black Wall Street, one of the most prosperous Black neighborhoods in the U.S. Gurley himself owned a grocery store, a boarding house, and other businesses, helping lay the foundation for a self-sustaining economy. Greenwood thrived with its own banks, schools, and theaters, showcasing Black excellence and economic independence. But in 1921, the Tulsa Race Massacre destroyed everything. White mobs, fueled by racism and jealousy, burned Greenwood to the ground. Despite the devastation, Gurley's vision of Black self-determination left a lasting legacy. His story is a reminder of what's possible even in the face of oppression. Tag someone who needs to know.
You know, I tell you one thing is that them brothers, I tell you, if they wouldn't have got that airplane, because see, those brothers, they set up a machine gun. They set up a machine gun so those white folks couldn't get in there to really burn down Black Wall Street. That's why they had to get an airplane and drop the bomb on that. I dropped the bomb on you, baby. They had to drop a bomb on those brothers. Yeah, they had to drop a bomb on them because they had a machine gun and they was holding them back. Because see, here's the whole point: is that a lot of people had to understand about those riots after World War I. A lot of those riots after World War I, if you notice, some Black people got killed, but less Black people got killed back in those days because many of the armories that was in the Black neighborhoods, they went to the armories and got guns to protect themselves. See, that's why now they don't have any armories in the inner city around Black folk with guns. They try to keep them on military bases now because see, the thing is that they think we're fools. They don't think that we're smart enough to know that when it's time to fight, we can get it going, man.
Oh, we go hard.
That's right.
What? Unbeatable, hard to kill, hard to defeat. Yeah, let's get back into it. Anybody know who George Washington Carver is? Yeah, I know y'all heard of him. Let's get into it.
Washington Carver was a Black American scientist, botanist, and inventor. Carver's most notable inventions include the development of crop rotation methods and the discovery of over 300 uses for peanuts. In addition to peanuts, Carver also studied and developed uses for other crops, such as sweet potatoes, soybeans, and pecans. He discovered ways to extract oils, dyes, and other products from these plants. And he also worked on developing new strains of crops that were more resistant to pests and diseases. Carver's research and inventions helped to improve the economic prospects of farmers, especially in the southern United States, where he spent much of his career. His legacy includes advancements in agriculture as well as in education, as he worked to promote vocational training for Black Americans. Overall, George Washington Carver's innovations helped to transform the agriculture industry and improve the lives of many people in the United States and beyond.
Black history makers, you should know. I'm reposting this because I need y'all to put some respect on this woman's name. Dr. Marion Croak is an engineer and inventor who holds over 200 patents, and half of those are related to Voice over Internet Protocol. What is that, you ask? Voice over Internet Protocol is what makes video and audio calls possible over the internet. She has greatly developed this technology that is the basis for all video conferencing on the internet today. Dr. Croak has been admitted into the National Inventors Hall of Fame and the Women in Technology International's Hall of Fame. She's also worked as a vice president for AT&T and currently for Google in various capacities. Like, comment, share, and follow for more Black history stories.
This is King Carouse from the Black History Buff podcast, and this is Garrett Morgan. Born in Paris, Kentucky, 1877, Garrett Morgan was a community leader, businessman, and inventor whose pioneering work brought us devices such as a belt fastener for sewing machines, the first version of the gas mask called the smoke hood, a hair straightening process, and the 3-stage traffic light, which is still saving millions of lives to this very day. For more information like this, check out the Black History Buff podcast.
This African is doing amazing things. He invented an electric car that can run without a battery and without recharging, a television set that works perfectly without...
All right, real quick, if this African is doing this, why them 3 leaders ain't? I hope they got him in a corner. See, this is what Dr. Clyde was talking about, the resources, because you hear about these Africans and they got the smartest kid with the technology and they doing so much, and you like, I wonder who grabbed that little kid. And 9 times out of 10, they're probably an Asian or Russian, American, Australian. One of them, they put bids, Arabic, put bids on them. But let me get back to it.
Without power, and a helicopter that flies without fuel. Maxwell Chikumbutso, a Zimbabwean, has shown that his genius can weaken the economies of the superpowers to the benefit of Africa. He has 3 assassination attempts to his credit. He invented a technology to turn radio frequencies into electricity. He applied for a patent for his work but was repeatedly denied. The reason given is that he deviated from the laws of physics. Subscribe. This African is doing...
Hello, my name is Robert F. Fleming Jr., an African-American inventor from the late 19th and early 20th centuries. I am best known for my invention of the aphonica, a musical instrument that combined the properties of the guitar and the piano. This invention was revolutionary at the time, as it allowed musicians to produce more complex and expressive musical arrangements. I was a pioneer in developing innovative techniques for amplifying sound and enhancing musical performance. I also worked on other inventions that were less well known, but nonetheless impactful. Hello, my name is Robert.
Look at that. Let's go right here.
Inventor Jerry Lawson is best known for the development of what video game innovation?
Cartridge.
Correct.
American slaves couldn't hold property or even patent their own inventions, often told to pull themselves up by their bootstraps. Even with strings cut and souls removed, that didn't stop Black Americans from becoming some of the top leading innovators in our country. One of those innovators was Henry Boyd. He was born into slavery in Kentucky in 1802, and after purchasing his freedom in 1826, he invented the corded bed. The corded bed was created with wooden rails connected to the footboard and headboard. The patent system was somewhat open to free Black people, from Thomas Jennings, the first Black patent holder who invented dry cleaning in 1821, to Elijah McCoy, who obtained 57 patents over his lifetime, one of those being the folding ironing board. Not only did Black Americans build this country, those with access to patent systems invented items that still touch the lives of people today.
Granville T. Woods,
the genius behind the first electric roller coaster. Born in 1856, this brilliant black inventor received over 50 patents, revolutionizing everything from automatic brakes to phonographs. But it's his work on the figure-8 roller coaster that changed the thrill game forever. Originally designed for trains, Woods modified his electric rail system to power an amusement ride, debuting it at Coney Island in 1892. Imagine the excitement of that first ride, the sensation of speed and innovation merging into pure joy. Yet Woods faced incredible resistance. In a time when society couldn't fathom a black man at the forefront of innovation, many of his ideas were stolen. Woods's inventions were so groundbreaking that companies like General Electric, Westinghouse, and American Engineering sought them out. When he passed away in 1910, he was remembered as the Black Thomas Edison. And in a fitting tribute in April 2008, the corner of Stillwell and Mermaid Avenues was named Granville T. Woods Way.
That's all they gave him?
So this 25-year-old male is making waves because of his historical invention of turning sign language into speech. Check this out.
Roy Alela, a 25-year-old engineer and inventor from Kenya, has found the ultimate solution to bridging the communication barrier between deaf and hearing people. He has invented the Sign IO gloves that can translate sign hand movements to audible speech so deaf people can talk even to those who don't understand sign language. The Sign IO gloves feature sensors mounted on each of the 5 fingers to determine its movement, including how much a finger is bent. The gloves are connected via Bluetooth to an Android app that Alela.
That brother's smart.
Black people also invented GPS, technically navigation, ambulances, Wi-Fi, the baby buggy, home security systems, ranch dressing, super soakers, 3D movies.
3D movies. He said GPS, ambulances, Wi-Fi, baby buggy, home security, ranch dressing, super soaker, 3D movies, cell phones, spatula, Nerf guns, AC, maxi pads, elevator doors, blood transfusers. All right, because he's real low. We're gonna keep it going. Come on.
Over 300 uses for the peanut. Let that sink in. 300 inventions on a peanut. Flour, paste, insulation, wallboard, wood stains, soap, shaving cream, lotion, blood transfusions, elevator doors, maxi pads, the modern air conditioner, Nerf guns, spatulas, your literal cell phone that you're watching this on, ironing boards, laser eye surgery, the folding chair, shout out to Alabama, country and rock music, I know that one stings, the modern toilet, the golf key, keychains, cash register, shoe soles, VR gaming systems.
VR gaming system. So country music, rock music, the modern toilet, golf tee, keychains, cash register, shoe soles. Shoe soles? Really? VR gaming systems, adjustable wrenches. What? I fix my car a lot. Thank you.
Adjustable wrenches, the rotary engine.
I mean, how much more?
Black people are mad at me because I said that people of color invented country music and not black. Banjo was brought to the US by African slaves. They would fashion the banjo and a lot of other stringed instruments out of things like gourds, dried gourds, which is just absolutely fascinating to me. Anyhow, these stringed instruments would be used during the inception of what we know today as blues. And blues was the parent genre of so many styles of music that we hear on the radio today, including country, because of the heavy storytelling that was often found in blues music. And here's the important part. At the time of the inception of country music, Black people were not allowed to be in spaces where white entertainment took place. So it was very common for white people to put on blackface and perform this blues-esque music that was created by the African slaves. And get this, the music was so good, even when it was being used as a joke for entertainment, that it started to be taken seriously in mainstream media. So literally, Black people created a genre of music, white people stole that music, did it on stage in blackface for entertainment purposes, and the viewers of these racist depictions liked the music so much that it started to gain traction and became a popular music genre. And of course, the credit goes to not Black people. And over time, country music has been influenced by other POCs. Spanish music is another example of something that has influenced country music over time. But in my original video, when I said it was created by, I should have said Black people. So I'm sorry. I hope this video was insightful and that it taught you something. And I'm excited to see what Beyonce does with this country album. I think it's going to be one for
blah, blah, blah.
But you know, Yoshi, it is. This has to be always repeated, because of the fact, in the sense, is that, you know, so many Black people, Yoshi, they want to run away from this information. They want to run away from this knowledge, because they do not want to feel they have any agency over themselves, over their life. They want, yes, I'm sorry to say, they want to feel that if they just kiss ass, they're going to be successful. They don't understand that kissing ass is not going to get you anywhere. You know, I worked on many jobs, and that kiss ass, they like him for a little while, but eventually they push his ass off the job, man. they want you to be innovative. They want you to be creative.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they don't like kiss asses. A lot of times that European, he'll let a brother help him get rid of you. But shortly after he get rid of you, that brother go too. Because they can't trust the backbite.
Coon.
They can't trust a kiss ass.
No, they can't even trust a kiss ass. And that shows you in like the movies where it have the evil villain, and then he have the kiss ass on the side of them. And even the villain don't like the kiss ass. Like, man, move. You know what I'm saying? But the kiss ass keep kissing ass. And that was even on the new Sonic movie. They said that. So yeah, it's absolutely true. No one likes to kiss ass. No one like, and a lot of the coons are the kiss ass. They the ones who kissing it, licking it, and with that song say the neck, back, and the whatever, and the crack. Yeah, they licking all that and the in between. You dig what I'm saying?
Sexy Red talking about her lineage. You know, because Sexy Red isn't Sexy Red in Glorilla, isn't she an immigrant? She has an immigrant background, I believe.
Oh, she does.
You know, and a lot of them are tethers. You know, they're anchor babies, and because of the fact, see, a lot of people don't understand. When you are an immigrant, it's like what that sister said. You're here to take. You're not here to give shit. You're here to take. And so then, because they're here to take, that's why a lot of times, you know, like that's why we have the Italian mafia. That's why they had the Jewish mafia. That's why, in a sense, they had the mob. Because a lot of times, in a sense, immigrant people, the way they move up to the top is that they start to have the businesses in their community pay protection fees, and then they start criminal activities, because it's through criminal activities that they can make some money.
Is this a criminal activity? This looks like a criminal activity going on. This should be locked behind bars. You damn right. This is a criminal activity. God damn it if it ain't. I tell you what, but this is the Sexy Red. This is it. Yeah. Advertise. Yeah.
I wonder she ain't got what's his name with her.
Who that?
What's the brother name? You know, I forgot his name right now. Sexy Red is here, baby. That's what it says. She's not my type, I tell you that.
That look like a little dude, man.
Yeah.
Let's see.
You know what they said a lot of her shows didn't sell out and stuff, you know.
They look alike. Bro, they look alike, bro.
Oh wow, Young Thug and Sexy Red.
They look alike, bro. I knew I wasn't the only one.
What is Young Thug background? Is he an immigrant?
Let's see. Anybody know?
You know, because they look like they made all the entertainers now are kids, anchor babies. So I don't know.
I think Young Thug from Louisiana, right, y'all?
Okay.
Am I right, y'all? I think so. Let me see. Yeah, I think he's from Atlanta. Is he from Atlanta, y'all?
You know, I did free ORPE.
Fire Young Thug merch.
I don't know, but the dude, anybody that wear a dress, paint their fingernails, I'm just not with it, man. I just, But Young Thug on a cool, I'm cool with him. You don't want to know why? Because he stays in his lane. He's an entertainer, and he knows that. He ain't looking for us for help or nothing like that. He know this is him. He got to do what he got to do, and I respect that. Versus the entertainer that does get caught up and then is saying and never speaks on us injustice or anything, and they're going through it, and they're like, "I need help. Help me, please. Everybody, help, man. I'm with everybody." Oh, so he's from ATL. Okay. So yeah, I don't know if he's I don't think so yeah, he's from ATL. Let me see. Young Thug family. Yeah, cause it's a lot of them, dude. Yeah, there's a lot of them out there, man. They all out here. Yeah, but it look like he's yeah, he's from US. He's from US. But yeah, man, I want to share that with y'all and show y'all black excellence and show y'all what we are, who we are, what we doing, what they doing. This is Den and I hope y'all enjoyed the show. I hope y'all enjoyed us. And I hope y'all enjoyed everything. So basically what we're saying is, what did Africa do? And Dr. Clyde responded and said, not a damn thing, man. It's too soon, my brother. Here, take this. Calm down, relax. And by the time you sober up and come back, you'll see what's happening, brother. They may have changed everything. You may see Russia in the picture. You may see an Asian behind that brother. You may see them eating goddamn tofu and goddamn me a bowl of rice now. You never know with some wonton. You never know. America may step in. They may be back cool with United States. They may do a deal. I know they kick France out, but France is just United States little bitty bully. That's like United States little poodle. You know what I'm saying? So they draw back on the poodle, but we don't know. So Dr. Clyde said, I repeat, not a damn thing, man. So FBA, we keep doing what we're doing. We keep moving the movement. We keep on grooving, and we keep on calling them out and pointing them out and letting everybody know who we are, what we're doing, and what we came to get, because I want my goddamn check, and they better cut my goddamn check. Can I get a clap? Well, that's if I slap somebody for the goddamn check. After I slap their ass, then I'm going to get an applause from everybody. Goddamn right. Yeah. Because I got to slap a goddamn motherfucker in order to get what I got to get. Because goddamn me being peaceful and nice and saying, yeah, my family did go through it. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we do need to stop talking about it. Yeah, I know. We're not gonna speak on it. No. We're never gonna. Don't talk about it in school. Don't tell your kids it. Don't do none of that. And we've been doing this. All right, well, let's debate with them. Well, let's talk to them. Well, let's show how smart we are. But let's do this. We've been doing this calm shit for the longest. We've been speaking in goddamn Snoop tone for the longest. We've been talking in goddamn the smoothest pimp shit for the longest. But Brother Clyde, we tired of it, brother. Now we over here saying no more smooth talk. We are FBA, we B1, and we're saying cut the damn check. I want my reparations, and we ain't having that bull crap, and we don't want to hear that bull crap no more. And we standing up for what we believe in, 10 toes, and ain't nobody gonna talk down on our lineage. Not no more. No more Sambos. No more Cage. No more weirdos. We got raid. We are spraying the roaches. We are the vultures. Taking away the carcass, put it in the sea, let the goddamn sharks eat it for all to see. That is what we're doing. That's what I'm on, Dr. Clyde.
Reparations, baby, reparations. Reparations, baby, reparations. We deserve reparations. We deserve reparations like yesterday, not just today. No, not just today. We deserve our reparations. Give us our money, baby. Cut the check.
Cut the check, black first because it's brilliant. People talk too much. Say less, remain on cold, follow the spirit. When the going gets tough, it's time for resilience. Cut the check, black first because it's brilliant. People talk too much. Say less, remain on cold, follow the spirit. When the going gets tough.
Unmute, Dr. Clyde, unmute.
A lot of people keep saying, they got to cut that check. A lot of people keep saying, no, you're not going to get reparations. We're going to get reparations. We're going to get reparations in my lifetime. And I'm not going to be in a wheelchair in a nursing home. I'm going to be able to get my check. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go buy me some Nikes. Some Nikes, baby. Some Jordans. I'm going to go buy me some Jordans. Then after I buy me some Jordans, I'm going to go and buy me some bean pies. Where the brothers at? Give me some bean pies. Don't ask me why I want to buy the bean pies, but I got to get me some bean pies. But anyway, I miss those bean pies. But anyway, thanks. I want to thank everybody for coming and joining us today. You guys, thank you. Please, send Yoshi Mod some support. Send him some Cash App. And remember, if you're not going to speak up, support the ones who do.
To speak up, support the ones who do. If you're not going to speak up, support the ones who do. If you're not going to speak up, support the ones who do. If you're not going to speak up, support the ones who do. Empire stay bright on your fears so them not stay away. Control your atmosphere. Don't let them take your energy. Don't let them take your control your atmosphere. Distraction I am you. Control your atmosphere. Don't let them take your energy. Don't let them suck your energy. It's a distraction away from me. I am you and you are me. The ones who do. If you're not going to speak up, to wrap everything up, you dig? Yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Yo, and Dr. Clyde Winters, Den and 9. Yeah, I really appreciate everybody, all y'all support. Y'all like, subscribe, and share this, you dig it? Yo, you've been invited to the Den and 9. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the Den and 9. Yeah, Dr. Clyde Winters in the Yoshi mind. Intro, outro to the Den and 9. We gon' see you, so have dinner now. Yeah, raise your head, why put them down? B1 on that Den and 9. FBA on that Den and 9. FBB on that Den and 9. It's all about unity on that Den and 9. My indigenous folks on that Den and 9. All my Africans rise on that Den and 9. Rise up on that Den and 9. And don't forget to subscribe to Den and 9.
The only thing that can save you is B1, B1, B1. To fight Cage, you must stay black first.